So at this point, we can try to visualize what's creating these deferred tax liabilities, and in fact, try to come up with some general rules of thumb that help, move beyond this one specific, albeit very common example of deferred tax liabilities, but we can move towards something a little broader. So first of all, note that in the prior example, at any year, the deferred tax liability could have been calculated as simply the difference between the book and the tax value or basis of the property, plant, and equipment times the tax rate. So the moment that we bought this fixed asset, this $30 machine at a useful life of 3 years, the moment we did that on day one, before there was any depreciation, there was no deferred tax liability. But after the first year, when a full year's worth of GAAP-based depreciation was taken, bringing the book basis of the asset, the book basis representing the value of the asset for book purposes, from 30 to 20. At that same time, the tax basis of the asset went from 30 to 15. That difference of 20 minus 15, times the tax rate exactly equals the $2 million deferred tax liability that had to be recognized that year on the balance sheet. That deferred tax liability stayed at 2 for the next year as well. We went down from 20 to 10 book basis, but from 15 to 5 for a tax basis. It was the same amount of depreciation for both book and tax in year 2. Once we get to year 3, though, the bases of both the tax bases and the book basis both got down to 0, and this is when the deferred tax liability is reversed. In other words, the bases converge, sort of visually reinforcing here that the difference between the book and the tax bases of the asset was purely temporary. It started the same amount and it ended at the same amount.